Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fenton Forest 4X map with seasons, with me, See here in Farming Simulator 19. It is the first day of spring, everybody. It is spring, which means once again we can now start thinking about seeding our fields, fertilising our fields, cultivating our fields and all that good stuff. But first, I want to show you something. In the last episode, or the last couple of episodes, I was having a bit of an issue, wasn't I, with a building on the map. One of Stevie's placeable global company mod type thingy-majiggy doodahs. His fertiliser factory, and the fact it kept going invisible. Every time I saved and reloaded the game, it would go invisible. It would still be there physically, it would still have all its collisions and you could interact with it and everything, and it would all be invisible. Well, today I've loaded up the game and the building is visible. However, I can make it go invisible again. I can actually make this building go invisible. And no, I am not David Copperfield. All you have to do is go into the menu, go to your general game settings, turn off interactive zone markers, which is usually the little sort of yellow and black boxes around triggers, fill points, you know, things like that. If you turn that off, the building disappears. And obviously this is Stevie's building. So for some reason, and I don't know why it happened, or how it's happened, although I've got a few theories. For some reason, some of my game settings have been fiddled with. If I put interactive zone markers back on, building is visible and fully functional in the sense that we can drive in here, we can unload our slurry, digestate, fertiliser, whatever, and all works good. All works perfectly fine. And I have tested it because the truck is over here. I brought over a tanker of slurry and just tested it. It's all working fine. So, yeah, fix that problem. And it's funny how I managed to do it. I was playing on the server last night, and I just happened to make a comment to Mr. Helgi, who's also playing with me, that I was finding it quite weird that on a lot of maps, the little boxes, like at the animal pens, and on some of the silos and stuff, it just disappeared and I couldn't see them anymore. They'd vanished. And I'd noticed it on I'd noticed it on this map. I was like, that's weird. I don't know why everything's vanished. And I was stood there looking at a fertiliser silo, a little placeable fertiliser, the refill tank like we use on this map. And I said to Helgi, it's weird that the boxes have disappeared. And Helgi come over and he says, well, I can see them. And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, the boxes are there. He says, I can see them. I was like, well, how come I can't? My headers are trying to escape again. If I run over to one of the triggers, so I went in me general settings and started having a bit of a play around, and that's when I found that interactive triggers, and it was off. As soon as I turned it on, all the little yellow boxes reappeared. Look, that's how basically I've been seeing the world for a week or so. A week or two now, I've been experiencing the game like this. Because that got turned off. And the only thing I can think of, the only explanation I can have for it, is that my game controller that I'm playing the game with is starting to develop a bit of an issue where the analog sticks stick slightly. I've either got to make the dead zone a lot bigger on them, because when I'm like driving or moving, I move the stick only a little bit and I let go and it sticks in that place. And I think what's happening is the controller is sticking when I go into the menu, and as I'm tapping through the menu, it's moving around and turning things on and off as I'm going through screens. You've probably noticed it more when I've been going into the seasons menu on the crop rotation screen. This is where it happens. I can change my rotations when I'm cursoring through the thing. It changes all the boxes, and yeah, not good. I think I need to invest in a new controller for Christmas. It's a Nacon one I'm using. It's a PlayStation 4 Nacon wide controller that works perfectly fine connected to the PC. I just don't know if the build quality on them is all that great, because I haven't really used it very long, this controller. I mean, but I do use obviously it a lot, for a lot of hours every single day. And the analog sticks are starting to stick and glitch and be a bit of a pain in the backside. So what we'll do, we'll feed the animals, and then we'll go off, do a little bit of hopefully try and do some fertilising. I've been trying to fertilise fields 17 and 18 for a couple of days now. And the game won't let me. Have to check on that. I also need to move the wall, because the wall's quite full. Get some more hay as well. I'll go grab it from the silo, because I know there is some in the main farm silo, rather than use the dryer. But yeah, another year is here. Spring is here. Got crops to plant. Hopefully. It's warm enough already. 8 degrees, look. Early spring. Still a lot of corn in here, and a lot of sugar cane, but that's stuff we can sell perhaps throughout the year, isn't it? On my way back, I'll push those pallets out of the road. Although we are probably going to need a day fairly soon where we start selling all these things. And the wool prices go up again to something a little bit more manageable. I've got loads of pigs now. Pigs are not going to be a problem for me for too much longer. Well, I did sell some not too long ago, just before in the winter, my first year old pig stock, and then I bought a lot more. I think I sold something like 50 pigs and bought something like 200 to replace them. You coming to get some dinner? Some breakfast? Good on you. Good on you, piggies. Breakfast is being served. They pretty much eat the whole lot now. So one bucket, nearly one entire bucket a day feeds the pigs. What, nearly one whole entire bucket. So how are we looking on the animal front? The cows are probably growing. We have got 9 little baby cows. I did buy, again, a load more sailors. And the other ones. There's the sailors and what's the other one that we use for making meat? I've forgotten. I'll get to them in a minute. Not the Irishers, because they're all females. They're the breeding ones and the milk. Limousines. The limousines, that's it. Right, the chickens kind of need some food. So how's everything looking on the growing side of things? That field is still showing as harvested. It's weird that, because all the other grass on the map is now growing. Yet my actual field isn't. I've got a feeling that's something to do with the geo I'm using. The geo I'm using tends to have have a whole load of XML files that are very similar to the ones in the seasons, the actual main seasons mod. It's the only geo I know that does that. And I wonder if, because it's got its own crop XML and stuff like that, I noticed when I put it into the old Notepad++ and compared the standard seasons geo with the standard seasons crop XML with the one from the geo has quite some differences, especially when it comes to the grass growing, harvesting and stuff like that. So I've got a feeling it's the geo that's causing me the field grass growing issues. Why that field hasn't gone to growing yet. But we'll see, won't we? And we feed the chickens. I've already got quite a few pallets of eggs appearing. Always nice. My little Yanmar C30R. Hop out of there. We are going to go. One of the things I need to make sure of not in there, probably in here. I think the trains have appeared again. Don't need that, pal. And we definitely don't need those. Don't want to tab into them. Don't even want to know they're there. Not sure why that keeps glitching out and resetting every so often, but it does. Right, let's go up here to where my Rubicon is. Now, I want to fertilise this field. I do. Also thinking, would it be to buy that land? 1,834,560. Done. One extra field for us to plant and harvest. Right then, here we go. Let's see if this is going to work today. Yes, it has. Great, I can hire a worker to fertilise this field for me. Yay! Fertilising, fertilising. We love fertilising. Fertilising all our fields. So we've got these two to do. Might go down and give field 8 a bit of a splash. The other field's done. Nearly ready to harvest. Our poplars, by the way. Now, what are we planting? We're going to do soybeans on field 2 and 3. Do cotton on field 22. Corn again on 25. Not sure about 23. And obviously we've got field 19 now. We ought to go and maybe take a look at and see what in the rotation that has going for it. What does the rotation tell us on this field? Before it was fallow, okay, and last year it was cotton, so could be a big wheat harvest or a huge soybeans harvest. I'm thinking to myself, soybeans then on this field. I can do wheat then on the field behind me that had the soybeans on it. But actually I can do wheat on both of those fields. Actually, they've already got crop on, haven't they? So I don't need to worry too much about that. Right, let's go grab ourselves Mr. Rogator. While matey's up there, my other worker's up there, being so kind as to fertilise my... being so kind as to fertilise my fields. 2 fields. I can go and try and see if the grass will take some fertiliser. It probably won't, but we'll see. Bit wider over here now I've took out a few trees. You'll have noticed. Don't think that's applying any fertiliser at all. Nope. Won't even waste our time. We'll leave that part there. This is the problem when you've got mismatched field states. Right, let's have a think then. Early spring. Sunflowers. Still good price. Don't have a lot of them though. We've sold the cotton, haven't we? Wool is day 3 of spring. Really, I would say a great deal to go and sell or worry about selling at this junction. So let's think then, what's the planting temperatures for different crops? Okay, it's warm enough to do sunflowers. Flowers. Which field would we do sunflowers? 23? What sunflowers classed as? Oilseed, aren't they? Yeah. So we'll do sunflowers on this field then. Right, okay. So I'm going to use cedar. One I prepared earlier. Field. Jeez, I didn't clean this very well in the winter, did I? Don't think I even repaired it. Let's make sure we do that today. I know cleaning it's a bit pointless because it's going to get absolutely lobbed up again in about 30 seconds. Start seeding. Use of the old jet washer. Forward a bit. Get the spanners out. How much for a repaint? £28,000. Hey, you only live once. Let's do it. Let's do it. Insert Shia LaBeouf meme at this particular moment. Do it. Now I've got a feeling this will do sunflowers. It should do sunflowers. It will. Let's go down there to the field, slap the old sunflowers in the ground. Or at least start to slap the sunflowers. See, the weeds have died, look, because of the winter when it did get frosty. Did have get frosty a couple of days. We did have a couple of days where it got a little frosty. A little bit Frosty the Snowman. But we didn't get any snow this year, which was nice, because snow's a pain. It really, really is. Of course, once we've seeded these fields, eventually, weather permitting, we'll then have to herbicide them. This machine can be a little bit iffy to fill. I didn't see how much was in there. Now I've broken it. Oh well. A lovely bit of seed. Daddy Cedar. Big Daddy Cedar. I love this cedar. Although admittedly, haven't had much opportunity to use it as of late, because I don't need it on the lone oak, and we'd never get it into a field on Greenwich Valley. I whiz round the outside first. I know you probably wouldn't do this in real life. People keep telling me you wouldn't seed headlands first on a field because you're going to be running across and compacting the ground and the crop, the seed. As you drive on and off the field, you would do the headland last. I just think for the possibility of switching to a worker somewhere down the road when this field gets a little bit too big for me to manage on my own. So after planting sunflowers this year, this field will get left fallow next year, according to the rotation chart. And then it will be soybeans the year after, if the series goes that far. I really don't know what to do with the series, to be honest, because we're over 50 episodes now. And my first Fenton Forest series, we only did 100 episodes for the whole thing. You know, when I pretty much owned most of the fields. In fact, I think I pretty much owned the whole map, didn't I? In the first Fenton Forest series on the standard map, I owned every field by the end of the series. There's no way I'm going to own all the fields on this series. So forget that idea, forget that notion. On a 4X map, playing on my own, there's no way I can own all the fields. Sorry. Sorry to the people out there. Just would not be possible. Or if I did own all the fields, I could guarantee you a lot of them would be left fallow each year. That could be an interesting concept though. If you think about it, you could, like, if you owned all the fields, you could leave half the map fallow for a year, plant one, and then the next year you only work the fields that were fallow the previous year. The fields that you've just harvested and stuff, you would leave fallow. So you'd basically like rotate your fields every year. You could do that. If you really wanted to. Yeah. Hopefully without missing the field edge. Okay, I'm actually not getting the bonus to fertilization. So the fertilizer I'm putting down right now is, well, kind of wasted. Because I fertilised the field after harvesting and then I just cultivated. I didn't plough and then fertilise. I've just gone cultivate. And I must have fertilised again after cultivating. Yeah. Oh well, it's a big field. I'm sure we can manage. Sure, I've got plenty of liquid fertilizer. Don't think it's something I'm going to be running out of anytime soon. Yeah, if I put the old GPS on quickly for a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back the other way. I'm pretty much going to, I think, do the field like this. Oh, it's going to troll me. It is going to troll me. Had to shift the course. I just had to shift the course because the field wasn't quite straight. Not to worry. Do it again down here as well. Part of me regrets making the top of this field that weird wobbly. I should have just made it square. Or I should have made it much more curvy than it is, because it's almost square apart from that one little like divot in the top of the field. Right, if I get too carried away with this guy, let's go jump back up to the top. Pretty sure this guy is going to be claiming he's finished. However, we know he's not finished because we know he's missed bits. We'll bring him back. Press go. Another thing I really ought to get in the habit of doing is enable depth of field false. Oh, look how unblurry those buildings are in the distance now. I forget to do it on this map with it being 4x. I do it on I have done it on Greenwich Valley on the server because Greenwich Valley looks beautiful. Keep saying that. Greenwich Valley looks beautiful. And when you do the depth of field thing, it looks even better. It'll probably take me the whole of today to seed this one field. The weather forecast looking like positively balmy today in heat wave, and then it goes cold again. Saturday, and then warms up in the afternoon. Then Monday it's positively warm again, which is day 3 of spring. Tuesday, day 4 of spring. Wednesday, day 5, and then Thursday, day 6, it's going to rain. Interesting. How are we doing on fuel? A little bit over half a tank. Not got to worry too much about the fuel side of things then. Although this Tri-6 will go through the fuel in very quick time. Notice I've got the cruise control locked at 27, which is just fast enough. But I can turn round at the end of the field without the GPS having a bit of a fit when I come to start the next lane. When I come to do the next row, the GPS does not have a fit. Whereas if you let it run wild... you will have that problem. Must remember to get a screenshot for the video as well. Over the field we go. Matey boy doing up here? Nearly done. Nearly done. Then I think we'll slap him onto field 19. How's that sound? Sound like a plan? I think it does. And fertiliser whack down on that. Then we need to possibly look at cultivating it, don't we? No, it's already cultivated. In that case, it's not going to be worth me fertilising it till after I've seeded. Because otherwise I'm going to waste fertiliser when I'm seeding. Helper F has completed their task. Thank you, Helper F. You are a scholar and a gentleman. Do now. Hire a worker now. Finish off this field. Right, dude, in your fancy leather waist jacket, looking like one of the village people. The Rubicon. Would have helped if I'd not done that quite so sharply. Got a couple of patches of patchy crop failure, although nothing as severe as previous years. Good. We just do along the top where he's just stopped a couple of times short of actually hitting the field edge properly. So we're going to have soybeans on this field. Excellent. Okie dokie pipey smoking. You know what, field 22 is going to be huge for cotton. Not gonna lie. Cotton harvesting on field 22 is gonna be... I need 2 harvesters. But nearly $1 million a piece, that's gonna be all our money. Spent on 2 John Deere cotton harvesters. He says. We probably want to go with this down to field 23. To make sure we fertilise that field after we've seeded it. Take a little shortcut down here. Got some crop failure, little patch, just a little patch. And I think with having 500,000 litres of corn in the silo from last year, when it comes to this field, when we plant corn on it this year, we will chaff it. So, as I head down here to fill this up with fertiliser from the little fill point, I want to say to everybody, thank you for watching today's video of the Fenton Forest Farm 4X map. I've been CWhatEso. If you would be so kind now as to go ahead and click that like button, because obviously the YouTube algorithm thingy loves it when people engage with a video. So please make sure you thumbs up or even thumbs down the video. It doesn't matter at one bit. YouTube counts it exactly the same whether you thumbs up or thumbs down the video. The only difference between the thumbs up and thumbs down is if you thumbs down the video, I get depressed. Then of course, feel free to leave a comment. Again, if you leave a comment on a video, that counts as an interaction. And again, the YouTube algorithm loves it when people interact with a video. I also love reading people's feedback, thoughts, questions, comments on the game and the series and everything, so please do it. And finally, if you're watching this video and aren't currently subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and click that button. That way you get to stay up to date with all the videos I post and all the new content I bring to the channel and all the stuff I'm going to be doing in the future on the channel as we head into 2020. So, yeah, do all that sort of stuff. And then, if you really want to be super helpful, share the video with some of your friends and family. Get them to watch it too. And then get them to click that like button, them to click that subscribe button, and then to leave some comments. And that would be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, as we watch the Mr. Tri-6 carrying on doing some seeding, and the fucking weeds have grown already. How fast do the weeds grow? Anyway, as we watch Mr. Tri-6 go past the screen doing his lovely seeding, I'm going to say goodbye for now.